Hey guys, I'm Rodin. Welcome to WaterBaby Tarot presented by Bomispirit Incorporated. Today I'm going to be doing an energy shift reading. I'm going to be focusing on Venus moving into Pisces on the 25th, Mars moving into Gemini on March 3rd, and we do have the full moon in Virgo in the midst of that. Now, this is going to post after I do the live, but I'll be doing a live on Patreon where I talk about the astrology, and I also do a few spreads for the full moon in Virgo. This is a really important time, and so I was really trying to prioritize doing an energy shift reading for this. So I'm going to talk about the astrology a little bit, and then we're going to go into some cards, and we'll do some advice for the elements if I remember, because I think last time I forgot, but you know, it is what it is. All right, so let's talk about the astrology. First of all, we have Saturn and Jupiter in Aquarius. We have Uranus and Mars in Taurus until obviously Mars moves into Gemini on the 3rd. Now, Uranus and Saturn, so I almost said Taurus again. Uranus and Saturn have been square for some time. That square went exact on the February 17th. The energy is going to start pittering out as they move away from each other. But Saturn square Uranus has been a big aspect that's been influencing all of us. It's been creating the sense of restriction and difficulty with implementing changes or being able to embrace change as well. Some of us might have been feeling like we've been restricted in what we want to go for, what we want to do. We've been actually pushed into directions we don't want to be pushed into. There's also going to be a lot of boundary issues that have been coming up and will be highlighted with all of these shifts, especially with the full moon in Virgo. And I will talk about more of that on Patreon for those who are curious. Venus moving into Pisces from Aquarius is going to be interesting because I think it's going to help us with that. We've been having difficulty in relationships. Mercury retrograde in Aquarius, which ended on the 20th, if I'm not mistaken, of February. We're still in the post-child for that retrograde energy, but for Mercury retrograde, that retrograde period was really pivotal for us to really change our belief systems, really go through and review how we kind of look at ourselves, how we also believe things should be or should go, and allow for change to happen there. That did have an effect on some of our relationships. Not for everybody, of course. It depends on your own houses and what's going on in your life. But you might have really experienced a lot of like turmoil or conflict, a lot of difficulty balancing your personal freedom and your boundaries, and like showing up for people. Like, how do I do both? How do I do both? That energy is going to be really emphasized this week with the full moon in Virgo. Again, watch Patreon if you're wondering about that. I'm going to go deeper into that there. I want to flash back to full moon Leo. This is also why this time period is really important. Full moon Leo, with a lot of anger issues come up, and that anger, that rage, especially when it came to exercising our creative energy or exercising our personal freedom, highlighted to us what was really important through our anger. Through our anger, we realized how much passion we have for certain things, even if we didn't realize how passionate we were about those things beforehand. So that highlighted what we actually wanted. New Moon Aquarius, coupled with the Mercury retrograde energy, showed us how to really go about what we want in different ways, or what we need to change as far as our belief systems or our perspectives, or even like the way we kind of analyze things in order to maintain or attain what it is we actually want. The full moon Virgo is going to allow us to put that into practice. Full moon Virgo is going to be great for implementing change, especially difficult change or way, way long overdue change, because it's aspecting Uranus and Taurus, and also Saturn is still square Uranus on top of that. We also have Pluto that's going to be trine Mars. That's going to give us a little bit more push and drive and focus on being able to build new foundations in place of the ones that are on their way out or have been on their way out. Again, also Uranus positively aspecting the full moon is going to help us implement change way easier than we ever thought we could, even if it's difficult to accept and express what those changes need to be. Now, coming back to Venus for a second. Now, Venus going into Pisces is going to help us with this too. Venus and Pisces is going to help us really bring in a little bit more compassion and heart space energy into our relationships with people, especially as we deal with like trying to exercise our boundaries with our personal freedoms and wants, and also trying to show up for people and be there for people. There is a balance to be struck. Any extremes during this time is not going to work for anybody. If you rebel too much, you're probably going to find yourself kind of alone, a little bit of like a one-man island sort of a situation. But if you overgive too much, you might drain yourself. Okay? There is a balance to be struck here. A lot of us are going to be learning that balance or have been learning that balance. But Venus in Pisces is going to give a little bit more of that sensitive touch and wanting that harmony between people to get everybody on the same page to help implement these changes, whether they're minor changes that you're doing in your life or within your relationships and boundary setting with people, or major changes like on the global scale. Excuse me, right? Right. So that's the astrology of what's going on. Moving into Mars Gemini, I'm so excited for this Mars Gemini energy because Mars Gemini wants to get in there and wants to try everything. Wants to learn everything, wants to just get all up in the mix. Now, March in general is going to be a month where there's going to be a lot of changes happening. There's going to be a lot of physical effort being put forth as well. Along with that, there's going to be a lot of bursts of creative energy that's really fueling those physical actions too. So it's going to be a really dynamic month. It's going to be a full month. Everyone's going to be a little busy. So Mars in Gemini is just going to amplify that, but it's also going to give us more drive to want to do these things, to implement new foundations, to implement changes that the full moon Virgo is giving us and ushering us into March with, right? And also wanting to learn. Some of us might end up getting into new career fields or picking up new hobbies that might be pivotal to where we're going as a collective or even individually in your own life, because we do have the North Node in Gemini. Now, North Node Gemini is also aspecting Jupiter and Mercury positively. Mercury and Jupiter in Aquarius. This is going to be happening as all these transits are happening. Now, these positive aspects are basically going to bring a whole lot of focus and expansion on ideas and how we analyze things, how we can analyze things differently, how we can look at things differently. We're all going to be learning a lot of new shit, whether it's stuff you just never heard of before, or we're actually going to see new horizons or new frontiers when it comes to information, even science. I think that's going to be really big. I think we're going to see a lot of scientific breakthroughs in the next like year, 18 months or so. We'll see, but that's kind of what I've been feeling. And again, this is happening in your individual lives and of course for the collective as well. The collective will be changing as far as how we understand things, how we look at information, how we look at reality, and that's also part of this as well. It's also going to really help fuel any creative ideas we need to keep implementing new foundations for the collective and individually. Okay, sorry, it's a lot, just had to get it out. Okay. Okay, that being said, let's go ahead and get into some spreads. We're doing one. Sorry, I'm just excited. I have a lot of energy because I've been channeling a lot today. Let's do a spread. Let's see what this Venus, Pisces, Mars, Gemini will be bringing collectively. And then I'm going to do advice at the end. I am going to start. What am I going to start with? Okay. I was going to do Big Bertha, and they said no. So I'm going to go with Energy Oracle cards. So let's do that. Any messages for the collective regarding this shift? You might even find that you're getting more serious. I'm also getting a struggle between fun and work, fun and discipline. Maybe a struggle with that. I believe that's Uranus kind of at work there. Full moon in Virgo is going to bring a little bit more of that discipline. Saturn's there too in Aquarius working with Uranus, but that aspect creates the struggle, right? So full moon in Virgo is really going to help with the serious factor and kind of reining some shit in to bring some balance here, okay? Any messages for the collective regarding this transit? Herd? Getting the word herd, like H-R-D, like a herd of animals. Soul tribes have been talked about a lot, and I've talked about this before, but not in a while, of like pack versus tribe, possibly pack versus a herd. There's gonna be more emphasis on that, moving away from pack mentality and into more of like tribal mentality, where everybody is unique and needs to be unique. There's a reason for that. We're not the same for a reason. Finding the importance in that, finding the comfort in that, finding the benefits of that, and moving away from pack mentality, which is like homogenous mob kind of mentality. Really having a lot of importance on having your own unique opinion, critical thinking skills, basically. Media is going to play a big role in that. I feel like media is going to become even more scrutinized. Flashes. What's flashes? I'm getting the word flashes. We're going to see a lot more scrutiny on media. We might also see a lot more scrutiny on what people are calling conspiracy theories. And I say it that way because, okay, we're not going to talk about the, you know, the depths of conspiracy theory, but you might find that there's going to be more emphasis on labeling thought forms as conspiracy theories. And I think that might be where some scrutiny comes in. Yeah. Keep in mind, these transits that I'm talking about, these energy shifts, this is going to be going through the month of March and a little bit into April. Actually, I just heard halfway, so possibly halfway into April, this energy is going to be with us to some extent. Any messages for the collective regarding this energy shift? Take that one too. Okay. A lot of cards. Community. Are we shocked? I'm not shocked. Community. Ooh. The sacral chakra. Archangel Ariel. Ew. In reverse. I just heard the word stomped. Stomped on. Oh God. Okay, we'll get there. There's a lot there. Then we have Angel of Strength with Door to Spirit in reverse. I'm getting a lot of just kind of taking control of your own shit, taking control of your own, thank you, taking accountability and responsibility for what you haven't done, what you haven't created, what you haven't done in relation to your own spirituality and faith. Also not prioritizing your own unique opinions versus those of others. And I am getting a little bit of a stomped out energy where some of you are going to be owning the fact that you've allowed external factors, including people or families or tribes or packs, really more than tribes, to really stomp out your creative fire, to stomp out your uniqueness, to stomp out what is uniquely yours, and really taking control of that and getting more connected to yourself, getting more connected to ether in the process of that, to come back into a personal power of yours. That's nice. I like it. Some of you will find true soul tribe while you are doing this, and that will help kind of bring you a little bit back to your unique self as well. Finding that harmony in relationships that is true harmony, and it's like harmony within a tribe, not a pack. Here. Getting the word challenge. You might actually get into this place where you're really wanting to challenge, rebel, that's what it is, that's the rebellion energy. Challenge or rebel against certain people in your life. Not to say that's a bad thing, because some of you guys are going to find a lot of personal power in that, because you are owning you, your energy, your power, your own thoughts. There's power in that. Just be careful not to go extreme with that energy where you could actually completely isolate yourself. Any other messages for the collective as it pertains to this spread? We have, wow, yeah, oh, got the chills with this one. The third eye chakra, the sixth chakra with Archangel Metatron. Yeah, Metatron. With the Happy Family card, I kind of look at that as like a 10 of Cups energy. Oh, yeah, again, a lot of this is also coming down to just understanding pack versus tribe, and how you get lost in the midst of that when you become part of a pack, when you become homogenous thinker, homogenous being, homogenous energy, and you don't stray away to be your own person, to add to a tribe, to contribute to a tribe. That's going to be really core here for a lot of people. And again, being disconnected from that, not seeing that, but coming to this place of like, oh, wait a minute, wait a minute, I am a unique individual. Let me kind of take control here. Let me take the reins here of this situation that I'm in, or this dynamic that I'm in, this way of thinking or being that I'm in, and let me turn this shit around so I can actually connect to tribal energies. I could connect to contributing. I keep getting to contributions. Being able to connect to that and finding happiness and harmony within relationships with that. Overall, we have Man Holding a Heart in reverse with Angel of Love. I want to pull this one too. And Door to Personal Healing and Happiness in reverse. So the pack versus tribe, I mean, that is a big layer here for a lot of you. Now, the overall energy, I am getting a lot of healing that comes with this. And again, it's about taking responsibility and accountability for yourself too, in the midst of this. Hold on. Sorry, a lot of information. With man holding heart in reverse, some of you have been dealing with an energy like this. Some of you have actually exhibited this energy yourself. This energy of being disconnected from your own heart space, disconnected from your own wants, desires, disconnected from your unique self, your unique truth, and finding healing in this, and no longer denying yourself this right, no longer denying yourself to just be uniquely you, and to eventually contribute and then be part of a tribe. I am getting attachment as well. There's some old attachment stuff coming in here that you guys might reflect upon. Yeah, true happiness doesn't come from just being a pack or ascribing to other people's belief systems. It comes from ascribing to your own. Your own. It's all about you and your own. Okay. Some of you might move away from someone because of this, or many people because of this. And of course, like I said, that's going to push you in directions of other people as well. Let's break this down a little bit. I mean, I think it's really clear, but we'll break this down a little bit. Sorry, kitty cat. Hey, Bubs. I know you want my attention. Come here. But I'm working. I'm working, though. I'm working. I know. I know. Thanks, Bubs. All right. Coming back to this. Hey, 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 hey. Hey. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Oh. Oh. Oh, that hurt. That hurt my face. Ow. Okay. I'm gonna go for spell casting. God, it's just so clear. I'm like, what do I really need to clarify? Let's go with the sacral chakra in reverse. I just got a lot of sexual energy coming up here. I don't know, I'm getting shame with this. This has to be for a small group of you. I'm hearing the word Pisces. It has to do with the Venus-Pisces transit. So this might be only affecting a small group of you. I would check to see where Pisces falls for you, especially if it falls in the 8th house. I think that's where this is going to be applying to you, some of you. What would that be? Pisces 8th house. Oh, so that'd probably be like my Libra risings. Might be even like a Scorp rising. Yeah, it feels like 8th house energy to me. I'm getting like some sexual stuff here, but it feels like stuff that needs to be faced or transmuted or dealt with, accepted even about yourself. But I feel a lot of shame around this as it relates to other people. For those of you who need to hear that, this is the time to deal with that. Can I have the sacral chakra card in reverse, please? Keep in mind, we do have the new moon in Pisces coming up in March as well, after Mars is in Gemini. Quite a bit after, but in March. So I have the sacral chakra in reverse. Not taking those. Lovers in reverse. So again, a lot of you, this is about the disconnection you have with yourself in this realm, the disconnection you have from your unique self, your unique perspective, your unique desires away from a pack and needing to be a component to a tribe. But some of you, like I said, there's some sexual energy here tied in with shame as it relates to other people. And it could be about like one particular connection that might have I'm getting embarrassment that might have embarrassed you, or you have embarrassment from in a sexual manner. That's kind of interesting. I don't want to dive too deep into that. That's going to be for some of you. You'll know who you are. I'm mostly getting this like lack of capability of just making very strong decisions because of the influence of other people. Some of you, I think that falls in the realm with people pleasers, for those of you where that applies. Again, this is a general reading. For those of you who are new, I am an intuitive reader. I channel a lot. And I do get messages for many, many people, so please only take the ones that resonate for you. So I got the sacral chakra in reverse, please. Ah! Come here. Running away from me. So now we have the 8 of Swords in reverse with the 2 of Wands. Desperately wanting to get unstuck. I'm getting a desperate with this. Desperately wanting growth in your life. Desperately wanting something new or different, but like almost having a hard time admitting that to yourself or admitting that to other people. And also understanding that there needs to be movement. There needs to be movement in a certain direction. And there's been fear around this. There's been fear around this, whether it is about your sexual energy and how you relate to other people, whether it is about your creative energy, or feeling like you have passion and purpose in your life again. There's been fear around it, but really desperately wanting that fear to be lifted. Again, I feel like there's just going to be this moment where you just decide to step into control. Like, take control of your own life, so to speak. Can I have the sacral chakra? Wow, yeah, 10 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, dealing with pacts or people-pleasing, being subjected to pack mentality, homogenous thinking. It's coming down to homogenous thinking first and foremost, and how that's really stifled your unique energy and power and unique thought forms that are truly just yours, has led to a place of stagnancy and being really unhappy in your environment, really unhappy with people, possibly your family as well, not really being feeling cared for or satisfied or even supported. And also I'm getting feeling like purposeless or aimless in a way, and just really wanting that to change. Tell me about sacral chakra in reverse. Recognizing that there is no natural harmony in your relationships as well. All of that can change. Oh yeah, beautiful. All of that can change. You know why? Because you got the sun. You got the sun, and it landed right on top of this. When you kind of step into that, own it, and own the fact that you're in this kind of situation, and you have these kind of feelings, and you feel disconnected, and that you can be part of a tribe at some point. You just have to be able to see it by connecting to yourself, connecting to your unique energy, truth, and power. But now we have the sun, which is illumination. Overall, we have the wheel of fortune, which is change and ending of cycles. The fact that we do have it, though, with this energy of, how do I say this? I feel like if you're going to be very proactive about it. That's probably the best way to say it. I don't feel like Spirit's going to change anything for you. I feel like, hold on. Hey. No. We're not doing that. Thank you. I don't feel like Spirit's doing anything for you. It's just the right energy for the right time for this. That's it. The part of you that's been stomped out, your sexual energy, your personal power, your truth, your unique thought forms, all of that, be for the sake of other people or for the sake of the pack or for the sake of whatever programming we've had from society that's left you feeling unsupported, that's left you feeling like you don't have harmony in your relationships, whether it's a small aspect of your life or your entire life. You're just becoming aware of it, and you're just going to be proactive in changing it. Hold on. Clyde, you want to sit on my lap? This cat, man. This cat. No, you don't? Okay. All right, moving on. So you take control of this disconnect. You take control over it. It's a disconnect from you. And whatever changes you need to implement to change that. And you will become part of a tribe if you are able to do so. If you're able to move past the disconnection, right? Again, I feel like it's going to get repetitive. So I'm trying to figure out what I should really clarify here. Let's look at the third eye. Let's look at, I just heard denial. Ooh. Let's look at the third eye chakra. My throat's giving out. I'm gonna do honest truth. And then I think I'll move into elemental advice. Try the third eye chakra in reverse, please. Try the third eye chakra in reverse, please. Tongue of the third eye chakra. Woo! Tongue of the third eye chakra in reverse, please, for my collective. Four of Pentacles, that feels like a blockage to me. Four of Pentacles feels like control. It feels like power, trying to maintain, trying to hold on for dear life. So some of you, it's actually been there's also in the midst of this for some of you, there's been a blockage with being able to kind of go with the flow, being able to adapt to change, being able to adapt to new ideas. I feel like it's almost like you've had restricted sight, because you're holding on to so much of the old script, so much of what you've known, so much of what you've been told is true, even about yourself and even about what's possible. I feel very like narrow-minded energy here. And again, this might just apply to one aspect of your life. It doesn't have to be your entire life. I would look to see where Pisces is in your, like where Pisces sits in your houses, where Aquarius sits in your houses, and where Taurus sits in your houses. And of course, Virgo for the full moon, and Gemini. I would look there. And they probably do relate to each other in some way, shape, or form. Tell me about the third eye chakra in reverse. Yeah, I'm getting narrow-minded. Like not dreaming big enough, not seeing the full you, not seeing full possibilities, holding on to very pessimistic or narrow-minded viewpoints, whether you adopted it from your family or people around you or society, and whether this is about yourself or what's possible in your life or different aspects of reality. It's just narrow-minded shit, right? Like basically, how can you tell yourself you can see all possibilities when you tell yourself there are no possibilities? Extreme point to make, extreme statement, but that's basically it. Tell me about the third eye chakra in reverse, please. Thank you. Seven of Pentacles just came out. So the 4 and the 7 indicates there's a 3 of Pentacles, which is being able to relate to each other, work together, network, get started on plans. Very Virgo energy there. Being able to get started on plans to actually build foundations. 7 of Pentacles implies evaluation and investment. It's like, again, it's like you guys might be moving into the space where you realize how narrow-minded you've been or how closed off you've been because you're trying to hold on to old ways of being, or hold on to what you've been told or what you tell yourself about yourself, or even just about reality itself. Yeah, I have a lot of evaluation there. They also wanted me to mention nobody can have all the answers. There's a lot of unknown in life for a reason. We don't have all the answers. Some of you might struggle with feeling the need to have answers, holding on to the idea that there needs to be an answer for everything, or you need to know what you're walking into. That can restrict you. That can very much restrict you in life. So just be mindful of that. Some of you, it's also just like wanting to feel, that's interesting. Some of you, it's also wanting to feel in control or a sense of security to have the answers when it comes to people. Just be mindful of that, because I think some of you might experience backlash for that, or have experienced backlash for that, or discomfort in your relationships with people because of that, because you need to have the answers. Some of you might have been called a know-it-all. No judgment. This is what it is. Try the third eye chakra in reverse. Wow. Yeah. All right. So now we have the Star in reverse with the 2 of Cups. This is your relationships with people, connecting to people. As you are reflecting on this, and as you're making this shift for yourself and these changes for yourself, there is also an understanding that there's been a lot of negative thought forms when it comes to relationships. There's been a lot of pessimism. Is that how you say that? Pessimistic thoughts. Pessimistic thoughts. Almost like no hope for harmony in relationships. Like there's always going to be a discomfort or lack of resonance, but it's just not true. And that's something a truth that you need to start coming into or seeing in order to really own your unique self, to be a part of a tribe. Again, there's a reason why we're all different. There's a reason. And there is a lot of harmony and compliments. There's a lot of harmony in the different puzzle pieces coming together, and owning that and having faith in that is going to be key here. But I can see the struggle. I can see the struggle of having faith in that. Having faith that you will be accepted for your unique self as well. That's also coming in here. A lot of healing to have. A lot of healing to be had here. Overall, we do have the Five of Wands in reverse. Wow. Ace of Cups in reverse. Whoo! With the Tower and the King of Cups and the Ace of Wands. Ooh, it just gets better, it just gets better. And the Three of Cups. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Look at that awesome little set right there. So first of all, the Five of Wands in reverse with the Ace of Cups in reverse. This is moving past the inner conflict, moving past the struggle of trying to be yourself in a homogenous society or in a homogenous pack, right? And understanding that being part of a tribe means being yourself and having to be different and owning that part of you, owning that power of yours, owning that energy of yours, whatever way you need to do it, whatever changes you need to implement in your life to be able to do that. Moving away from that inner conflict, also feeling very lonely. There's also some ego stuff in here, I believe more so for those of you who struggle with kind of being a know-it-all, no judgment, it's just the messages that I'm getting, or struggle with needing to have all the answers to feel safe or to feel secure, or maybe even to feel superior in some way, shape, or form, dealing with emotional insecurity for those of you who are in that boat. But moving away from that inner conflict and moving into this change, this really powerhouse change of the Tower with the King of Cups, that is massive emotional maturity coming in here. Emotional maturity and owning that desire, the Ace of Wands with the Three of Cups, to have that community, to have that harmonious tribe versus the homogenous pack, right? I like it. I like it a lot. A lot of healing, like I said, to be had for you guys. Whew. All right, so before we get into the advice, because not everybody likes the advice, but I really hope you guys got a lot out of this. There's a lot of information here, and like I said, I will be doing the Full Moon Virgo live tonight on Patreon, but obviously this isn't going to post till tomorrow. Hopefully it posts tomorrow, but you can always go back and watch those. Yeah, so let's go ahead and pull some advice for the elements. Trying to decide what oracle deck I want to use for this. I'm just spell casting. And I might change my mind and do different oracle decks for everybody, but spell casting is jumping out at me for the elemental advice. Okay, who's first? Earth, air, fire, water. Fire. Okay, fire. You're going first. Any advice for my fire signs for Aries, Leo, Sag? Any advice? I heard acceptance. Acceptance will be key for the fire signs, apparently. Acceptance of self. Acceptance of what is. Acceptance of truth will get you to a state of flow, which I think is going to be key to this as well. Needing to accept your differences. Like needing to accept like what makes you different from other people. Having power in that is going to be key for you guys here. Any advice for my fire signs as it pertains to this spread? Any advice for my fire signs as it pertains to this spread? Very nice. We have talent, fire signs. I love it. Basically what I'm saying, own your differences. Like what makes you different from other people? That is talent. That's your personal talent. Even if it's like you actually have to figure out what skills are really yours that you can bring to the table and like really kind of have as your own little personal superpower. We all got our own little personal superpower somewhere in us, right? But owning that, nurturing that, and letting that part of you really shine and really fly. I like that. I like that for the fire signs. Let yourself be different, especially when it comes to your actual skills or talents, and don't be afraid to let that part of you out to play. Even I almost feel embarrassment with that. Hold on, what is this? I almost feel like you guys are kind of embarrassed by doing that, or shame with that. Like shame or embarrassment around showing off your skills or talents, which is interesting for fire signs because I think the fire signs probably would normally have the most confidence with that, unless it's a big wound for you. If you like your Chiron's in like Leo or something like that. Yeah, that's interesting. But that's the advice for fire signs. I'm gonna stick with this deck. All right, who's next? Earth, air, or water? Feel a battle going on. Feel a battle between earth and air, actually. Oh, which makes sense. Saturn and Uranus in Aquarius and Taurus. Earth and air, earth, air. Earth. Okay, advice for my Earth signs, for my Capricorns, Tauruses, and Virgos. Oh, getting a very uncomfortable feeling, almost like restlessness, not being able to ground enough. I don't like this. So my Earth signs, I'm getting that you're feeling really restless. It's like you're trying to be grounded, be still, but also that you got to move a lot or do a lot of shit. It's like it's a massive push-pull within yourself of like needing to get up and go and do all these different things, or being still and grounded and silent, doing like the Earth sign thing. I'm feeling conflict with you guys with that. Ugh. Some of you might exhaust yourselves with that energy. Careful of where, not careful, just be mindful of where Mars is transiting for you in your houses, going from Taurus to Gemini. Any advice for my Earth signs, for Capricorns, Tauruses, and Virgos regarding this energy shift? You guys got two. Interesting. Life, purpose, and truth. And it's interesting that we have a tree here, right? With life, purpose, and truth, it's almost like what's going to balance you out is really just holding on to your, like, it kind of goes like hand in hand with the reading, but holding on to your unique energy, holding on to what it is that you know you're supposed to do, not getting lost in the other details, which I think might be hard for you, especially for my Capricorns, actually Virgos too. Yeah, that's what I'm getting, like not getting lost in the details. The details might make you feel a little restless and feel a little scattered and crazy. The way that you're going to feel balanced and grounded is just to always come back to center, the center being what you know you are meant to do, what you know with your unique power, your unique truth, your unique self, what feels right to do. Hold on to that, even if it's a goal. Just hold on to the goal. Don't let the details make, just always find a way to come back to that center. Okay? The life, purpose, and truth. Some of you, I think, also feel scattered because you're actually not sure what this is yet. And it might be a struggle to getting to that center of yours, but try to make that a priority. Your personal center. Your personal center, your personal goal, purpose. Always have that be your center, and that's how you're going to get grounded within yourself, even if you don't have access to being able to ground a lot in practice. That is just personal center. Personal center. My Earth signs, personal center. Okay. Air or water? Air. Sorry, water signs. Air is going next. Any advice for my air signs, for Geminis, Libras, and Aquarians? I just heard do your thing. Do your thing. You guys might be dealing with this energy fairly well because we do have a lot of aqua energy, right? Geminis, Libras, and Aquarians. Any advice for my air signs, please, as it pertains to this shift? Yeah? Okay. Look at that. Beauty. Do your thing. Do your things, air signs. Do your thing. Do your thing. Be in this glorious air sign energy. Just do you. Do you, be you, and be proud of it, basically. That's so funny that that came out. There's also an appreciation to be had for yourself as well. Yeah, appreciating your creative side, appreciating the inner Venus, so to speak. Full Moon Libra at the end of March might also be helping you guys with this too. Yeah, appreciating that part of you, being grateful for that part of you. That's almost like where some of your power is going to be coming in here. Because I do feel a comfort that you have with this energy and just being you and doing your thing. But definitely appreciation of it. Take time to appreciate yourself. Okay, water. Whoa. Any advice for my water signs? For Cancers, I just heard Leo. Might be doing Leo, Cancer. Or be a cusper. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I just heard come out. Come out, come out, wherever you are. Are you guys hiding? Water signs, are you hiding? I'm literally hearing come out. Come out, come out, come out, come out. Come out to the light of day, please. I feel like you guys are like hermiting, like hibernating. Or just trying to stay isolated. Getting anxiety too. Interesting. Yeah, water signs. I'm getting anxiety with you. There is a push for you guys to be out, like have to get to be in the spotlight a little bit, or to have attention on you, to kind of live life a little bit. But I can feel the struggle though, and I feel like it's giving you anxiety. Some of you guys might struggle with social anxiety. Yeah. Any advice for my water signs for Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio? I feel a lot of resistance to being around people for my water signs. A lot of resistance there. I really feel it in my heart space. No? Okay. Any advice for my water signs that pertains to this shift? Yeah, a lot of anxiety. A lot of anxiety. I do feel you guys might find yourselves in new situations, also giving you anxiety. Oh, there it is. Confidence, water signs. You're okay. I promise you're okay. Especially for those of you who are having a lot of anxiety about being out and about or being around people. I keep getting like new circumstance or like new environments, and it's just like, oh, it's like it feels very uncomfortable. It's really making my heart space very upset. Some of you might struggle with panic attack. I keep getting it's a social anxiety issue. But just be confident that you are just you, and your people will love you, and your people will want to be around you, and you're gonna be fine. You can't fuck it up. That's what I wanted to say, water signs. You can't fuck it up. You can't fuck things up with your soul tribe that badly if you're just being yourself. So just know that it's gonna be okay. This is interesting. I almost want to say just know that you're not gonna be harmed. I don't know who needs to hear that, but just know that you're not. Oh, water signs. Just know that you're not going to be harmed, and know that your heart is not going to be harmed. I almost want to say that. Yeah. Big rejection feeling there with the anxiety. Fear of pain and fear of rejection. Your tribe won't reject you. Your tribe won't reject you. Okay? Woo! All right, guys. That was good. I had a lot of fun doing that reading. I hope you guys got a lot out of this, and I hope you guys have a really good night, and I hope you guys enjoy these energy shifts, and I will see you guys later. See you guys. Namaste.